Hi, this is Rachelle with Journal Life's Journey, and I'm working on a spur of the moment project here. I decided I wanted to make myself some vintage look tape. So I have a piece of wax paper and just some regular masking tape on the wax paper, and I have these alcohol ink markers from Arteza. This is the collection that is skin tones. So I'm using some of those to color on the tape. I've seen in other videos people use alcohol inks, so I thought that the alcohol markers should work just as well, and they seem to be working great. Also on this tape is a little porous, but it does allow for me to blend. The ink doesn't sit on top of the tape. It kind of absorbs into the tape a little bit, so it does allow time for me to blend even though it does that. So I'm able to blend multiple colors and kind of get the look that I want. I'm glad that it's working. I needed some tape to patch up some areas on a project that I'm working on, and I'll share that later in the video. But yeah, I'm just taking different shades of browns, espresso, darker browns, and blending the colors out. And I really like the way that looks. So here I'm trying it out with some artist tape. It's a little stronger than masking. Well, it's a lot stronger than masking tape, and it has a non-porous surface. So, and it kind of has a shine to the surface, but I am still able to use the alcohol ink markers on it. It just gives a shinier look, and they don't blend as well on the artist tape because it's non-porous and the ink kind of sits on top. So you get more streaks with the artist tape, but again, it still works. So here I'm just doing the same thing I did on the masking tape, blending different colors to see what type of effects I can achieve. So this is how it looks on both tapes. And I'm going to take a piece of napkin. It looks like the artist tape is still wet, so I'm trying to dab some of the ink off of the artist tape just to see if I can create a different look. Then when I check the napkin, there's barely anything on there, so that is dry. It looks wet, but it is actually dry. So here I'm going to use some black archival ink and this script stamp. I think I got it from AliExpress. I'm going to use the ink and just stamp on the tape to give them some texture and added interest. So even though these are not, well, actually, masking tape is a paper tape, so it's kind of like washi tape, but it's masking tape. And I'm just stamping in different directions so that I can use different pieces of the tape in different ways. And I'm going to stamp the same stamp on the artist tape. And the stamping comes out really nice on these. So this is what that looks like. And it's nice and dry. So I'm flipping over my wax paper and I'm going to do another set of artist tapes. And for this, I'm going to use lighter colors just to see if I can get more of a coffee stained or tea stained look. And it looks like it's just going darker than I expected. So I just kind of roll with it. I pull the color from that first tape where I put the dark marker and just kind of pull the color over to the other tapes. And that's another good feature with the alcohol ink markers. I can pick up color from one area and drag it around to another. So that is my lighter colored tapes. So this is the project I'm working on, and this, I guess it's a lap book. I'm somewhat crafting along with Craft with Norma, or it's either Craft with Norma or Craft by Norma. She's doing a series on how to make her style lap book, so I'm kind of going along with that. And on my initial try, which that's what this is, I used cardboard like she did, but I think I used a double cardboard and she used a single cardboard. So it was a little different, and I had issues with the packing paper cracking on the spines. So I decided to use some masking tape to repair that cracking. Initially, the masking tape was the natural color of masking tape, and then I went over it with alcohol ink marker to see what would happen. I liked the effect, and that is when I laid out some pieces on the wax paper to make some for future use. I am going to end up using some of that on this project too, because there are some other areas that have cracks and I want to repair those. And I also think it adds to that vintage old look where the book has been repaired. I don't have a problem with adding the tape to the project. So what you see me doing here, I'm just coloring in the tapes that I had already added. Okay, so here are the cracks. Hopefully I can get in frame. I'm using a different camera, so I'm out of frame a lot. But yeah, there was one of the cracks. And so I'm going to peel up this tape. I did tear the wax paper a little bit. I guess I was going too fast. So I would say the key to this is peeling up the tape slowly, but it does work. I'm adding a little glue stick to the pieces that I'm using before I put them on the areas that are split on the cover. And there I'm just checking to see if there is anywhere else I need to add some. And just to make sure this little repair area is good, I'm adding another piece there as well. And here I'm just going in with the marker and filling in a few empty spaces. Using some Eileen's tacky glue to make sure that this piece of tape stays in place. And this is the outside cover so far. And this is my second attempt. This one I used double chipboard from cereal boxes to make it. I decided to work with both and see which one I like the best. I didn't have any cracking issue with the chipboard. It's just this cardboard was so thick. I think that that's what caused the issue. And I probably could have left more space in between the spines and the main pieces. Here I'm just touching up with marker in places that I missed. So that is the cover. This is the tape that I made. Here I'm checking to make sure that the other tapes will peel up the artist tape. I don't want problems when I get ready to use it. So now I'm going to go ahead and stamp my favorite script sticker on the coffee stained look tapes. And again, I'm stamping in different directions so that I can use different pieces in different ways. And that is it for this quick little project. I hope you found this helpful and enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and I'll holler at y'all next time. Bye.